Hello Curlies, it's Mary, and yeah, welcome back to the Curly Closet. This is a very impromptu video. I did not plan on making this video, but I had a topic on my mind. I just thought this would be the best time to upload this video just before Christmas. So if you want to hear me just ramble on while I'm twisting my hair, then stay tuned. I just washed and deep conditioned my hair, and I decided that I'm gonna twist my hair. So I'm gonna be using the Curls Blueberry Bliss Curl Control Jelly, and I'm also gonna be using the Curls Blueberry Bliss Twist and Shout Cream. So I forgot that I actually had a little sample bottle of the Curls Blueberry Bliss Reparative Leave-In Conditioner, so I'm gonna just be using that as my leave-in for today. So today's topic of conversation is going to be seasonal depression. And this is something that has literally affected me like the past couple of months, since towards the end of October and basically up until now, so about 2 months. And I wanted to talk about it today because I just thought it would be good to just talk about it. I haven't done like a closet confessions video in a while anyway, so I think that this would be a good topic for a closet confession. It's difficult for me to really describe exactly what happened, except that I came back from my holiday in New York. As you know, I spent a whole month there. And just a number of things like hit me at the same time. The weather over there was really bright and sunny. Then I came back here and it was very grey. Generally around this time of year, this tends to affect me anyway, just because everything gets very dark and cold, and like I'm realizing that it has more of an effect on me than I really thought it did. Some family stuff happened that I don't really want to go into on my channel. I'll just put it this way. Basically, like, my parents are, I would say they're elderly. My dad is 80, my dad is 75. So just them getting older has had a bit of an impact on me, thinking about like how they're going to be cared for as they get older. And my dad has some health problems. Generally speaking, he's in good spirits. He's not, you know, he doesn't appear to be like down or anything, but when you're one of the children, and especially like just being a responsible child, you know, you just start to think about like how are they going to be cared for, who's going to be looking after them, and trying to balance that with some of the things that I want to do with my life and like my plans for the future and stuff. And then my hormones hit me. And then also like around that time, you know that thing where you go on holiday and then you spend and then you come back and you have to kind of like ease down on the spending after your holiday. But that kind of coincided with a period of time where like I just wasn't making as much money as I usually do. So of course, in order to save money, I decided to just not go out as much, and plus I didn't really feel like going out as much. But I'm the kind of person where I can enjoy my own company. Like, I don't always have to be around other people to be okay. But too much isolation is bad for me. It's really bad for me. And it can send me to a very dark place. So I'm just getting this. So saying that just spending too much time on my own is really bad for me. But it was a decision that I had to kind of take in order to save money. Some relationship issues kind of just impacted me too. Yeah, I try not to really go into relationship stuff on my channel. And there's a reason why. Like, for a number of reasons. For one, my channel is about natural hair, lifestyle and beauty, not about relationships. But anyway, in summary, and not to say too much about it, but we had a disagreement which had a very big impact on me. But was good because it was a good learning experience for me about sometimes the way that I deal with disagreement or conflict. Something that I needed to learn about myself, which is good. I notice generally when I'm feeling good, when I'm feeling generally okay, things can happen that annoy me, but don't, like, it doesn't impact me in a massive way because my general mood is good and I'm fine and I'm cool. But when I'm not feeling good, when my general emotional basis is not in a good space, then it has the potential to take a disagreement that would be a 4 out of 10 to like a 9 or a 10 out of 10. Nice. One of the things I need to focus on for sure is making sure that my own emotional well-being is in a good place and not to depend on anybody or anything else apart from God to make sure that I'm okay and that I'm stable, that I'm together. I've also had some very big questions personally about where I want to go with my life. Like, you know, them big questions like, what am I doing? Where am I going? Like, is this social media life really for me? Is my social media really, like, is it a viable career choice, or is it better to just have it as a just like a hobby and a side business to my main business? Because I mean, at the end of the day, money isn't everything, but it sure helps. Okay, it sure helps. And I don't know about anybody else, but I know for myself, like, not having money is one of the quickest ways, or not having enough money is one of the quickest ways to send me into like an emotional tailspin. Yeah, I've just been considering, like, and don't get me wrong, like, this year has been, a lot of great stuff has happened this year, but it's something that I haven't really spoken about on my channel before because there was a period of time when everybody was talking about this whole YouTube apocalypse thing. And I just didn't want to come on my channel and just be that person, another person. Be like, oh, my YouTube earnings have gone down. I just didn't want to be another person to be like on that train. But it's true. Like, AdSense revenue has gone down. You have to be creative about how you're going to make it as a digital entrepreneur, if that's what you want to call yourself. Because, like, depending on YouTube money alone isn't going to cut it. It's not going to cut it. And I have things that I want to plan for the future. I have goals that I want to achieve for the future. I've got some debt that I want to pay off. Yeah, I'm not married. I don't have any kids yet or anything. But I would like to be in more of a stable financial situation before, like, that kind of period of life starts. And by the way, if you hear the ends of my hair snapping, my hair needs a trim. Like, I really need a trim, but I'm kind of putting it off. The past couple of months, I just realized, like, there's a lot in my life that's very unstable right now. And that's not always a bad thing. Because at the end of the day, transitional periods in life are going to be unstable. It's just the definition of a transition. It means that you're going somewhere. And I can talk about it a bit better now because I am feeling for the most part, better. But at the time of the worst of it, just didn't want to get out of bed some days. Like, I just felt like hibernating. Can I just go to sleep and wake up in like February 2018 when the sun starts to come out again, and I just kind of feel like a bit more together, and everything doesn't feel so grey. And then what made it worse is that I also got into a really bad habit, a bad sleeping habit, where I would be up at night and then I would be asleep in the day, and sometimes I would try to go to bed early, and I would go to bed, but it's like my brain would be switched on, and I just found it hard to switch my brain off. And my brain would be going in 10, 15, 20 different directions at the same time, which is also not good. The whole purpose of me talking about this is just to say, you know what, sometimes things are not okay, and it's okay to not be okay. We all go through periods of time like that. And I don't want you to think that because you see me on social media and I smile because I like to smile, that means my life is perfect and everything is okay. Not always. Not always. But my social media is my job, and it's also a passion of mine, and I don't always want to bring that kind of vibe or negative energy to my channel. Like, I feel like the way I'm doing it now feels better for me because I'm speaking about things in a more balanced way. Personally, when it comes to like my work or relationships or whatever, I try to be as realistic as I can be and just remind myself that, you know, people put the best on their Instagrams or whatever. But there are times when I purposely come on camera looking like this. I do it on purpose because as much as I like to look together and I love makeup, like I love the process of getting myself together for videos and stuff. I love it. I really do. Like, I want my subscribers to know that most days, especially during the past 2 months, most days I've actually look like this. I'm not perfect. My life is not perfect. But my social media is literally like my baby. And it's something that I love to do, and it's something I'm passionate about. And so help me God, I'm going to make the best of it that I can. Because it's something that I just really love. And you know what? I feel like there's very few people in their life that have something that they can feel like is completely theirs. But I feel like if there's anything that I feel like is mine, like my videos, my content is mine, you know? Anyway, so here I am. The past couple of months have been quite rough, but I do feel like I'm coming out of it. I just want you to know that, you know, if you're not okay, especially like this Christmas season, there's a very big expectation that you should be happy because it's Christmas. And there's a lot of things that I feel like there's very few things in life that's more pressuring than the word should. You should do X or you should do Y. You really don't have to do a lot of stuff that people say you should do. And I don't want any of you to feel like there's something weird about you if you don't feel happy for Christmas, okay? Or for the holiday season, like, oh, everybody's spending time with their family and everybody's happy. Not necessarily. Sometimes people deny their truth and make compromises that they shouldn't make just so that they can sit down at home with their family and have a nice Christmas dinner. Sometimes people could have been fighting like cat and dog all day on Christmas, but just for that photo decided to smile, just so that, you know, they're doing it for the gram. I'm just saying, nobody's happy all the time. Life is full of ups and downs, and if you're just not really feeling it this Christmas season, it's okay. Christmas Day is 24 hours. If you choose to celebrate it, nothing wrong with that at all. And if you are happy, like, nothing wrong with that at all. Nothing wrong with being happy. But if you're not happy, or if things are not great or perfect in your life, the best advice I can give is just try to take it one day at a time. Just try. Try to be kind to yourself. Try to be gentle with yourself. Try not to set expectations of yourself that are too high and feel like there's so much that you have to achieve, and, you know, like, you feel horrible inside, but you're trying to just kind of do everything for everybody else and forget yourself. The best you can. Just try. Try to do what you can. Just to be good to you, you know? Anyway, that's what this video is really about. I just wanted to come on camera and be honest, because it's just something that was going on in the background, and I just wasn't ready to talk about it on my channel yet, or if at all. I really wasn't ready to do it, but here I am. I felt ready today. So I guess I should talk about some self-care strategies and stuff that I've been doing to try to help myself out. I haven't really been reading my Bible as much in the last year, actually. I know, what terrible Christian I am. What terrible believer I am. I haven't. That's just real. It is what it is. But I've made an attempt to start back reading scripture. I was reading, I think it was Psalm 132, and it was talking about God promising to provide for us. Like, not to just provide, like, just enough, but to provide abundantly. I read that, I was like, okay, God, yes, that's what I need. Like, I'm tired of just having enough. And I feel like most of my life is something that I've just kind of gone along with, worked with, accepted, or somewhat sabotaged my own self into. Just enough. Like, just enough to pay the bills. Just enough to kind of keep things going. Rather than just having, like, an abundance of what I need. You're starting a business, or when you're starting to do something where you're building something, like, clearly you're not going to automatically just jump into abundance unless you just have something that goes wildly successful. But usually, for most people, the process of being an entrepreneur of some kind is a process of working, and working some more. I want to go beyond just enough. And that's one of the things I want for 2018. I want to go beyond just enough. I want to go beyond just enough to abundance. I've been listening to preachers a lot. Two of my favourite preachers to listen to are Joel Osteen and T.D. Jakes. I've been trying to correct my weird sleeping pattern. And to be honest, that's part of the reason why, like, videos haven't been forthcoming, especially this week. Because usually if I have a video to finish, I am not sleeping until it's done and it's uploaded and my thumbnails are done and my description's done and my tags are done. What else? And my cards are done and the end screen is done. Like, these are all the little things that go into uploading a video to YouTube that I guess if you're a person that just watches, you kind of experience it as a seamless video with everything in place. But if you're a creator, you realize that all of these other little things, and then on top of it, editing and filming takes time, a lot of time. And this week I've just been making a choice like, okay, you know what? Yeah, I really do. Whoops. Really do want to finish this video. But it's like 2 o'clock in the morning. And I don't want to stay up until 7 in the morning to finish this off. So I'm going to bed. There have also been friends who have been very supportive. But usually in a situation like this, I have found it very difficult to reach out to someone and talk about how I've been feeling. Which is counterproductive, I know, but it's just how I felt. Another therapeutic thing has been blogging. So for those of you who have been reading my blog, this is not something unusual to you because I wrote a whole blog post about it and I published it a couple of weeks ago. If you haven't read the blog post, then I'm going to leave the link below. That's very therapeutic. Another thing I've also been doing is journaling. I feel like I process things a lot better through writing. Speaking to you, but writing definitely. And it helps me to just go back over what I've written and read it back to myself, be like, okay, I see this, I see that. Oh, I can see a pattern here. Oh, okay, that's interesting. Where did that come from? You know? And sometimes, more than anything, just having a massive good cry. The day before yesterday, something happened and it had a massive impact on me where normally it wouldn't. And I felt really upset. I feel like it really hit me like to the core. But I felt like I was just trying to get on with my day as usual. And even though I was upset, like, and I was acknowledging to myself that I was upset, but I was just not, like, I wouldn't fully sit with how I was feeling. Until I realised that this is not working. I literally just lay down in my bed, hugged the pillow, just cried my eyes out. For a good half hour. But when I was done, I actually felt way better. Like, I feel like I literally released the heaviness that I had. You know? Sometimes it's good to just have a good cry. It's okay. It's just making a resolution to look after me. But just think, actually, what is it that I need right now? Have I been eating properly? Have I been drinking water? That's a big thing for me. Usually I drink a good amount of water, but I notice a difference in me when I don't drink enough water, and especially when I'm like drinking coffee and not drinking water. I like coffee. Coffee doesn't always like me though. But yeah, drinking water has made a big difference to me in the past couple of days. I'm not expecting anybody else to do that for me, but just knowing like I can do that for myself. Some simple things that you can do that don't seem massive, but they can actually make a massive difference. Another thing I've also been doing is planning. So, for example, my financial security, my income, that's something that only I can really change and fix. What skills do I have? What qualifications do I have? And what can I do about it? I have dreams and goals which are social media related. but I also have dreams and goals which are outside of YouTube, outside of Instagram or Facebook, outside of the online world, which are of essential importance to me. And maybe I will like open up to you guys about that kind of thing like later on. But for now, something that I prefer not to talk about, but I do have other dreams and goals that I want to achieve. And who knows what's going to happen in 2018. Anyway, so despite the kind of rambly nature of this video, I hope that you did enjoy this video. And if you did, if you've ever struggled with any kind of seasonal depression, or just question like, where is your life going? Like, where's my life going? What am I doing to myself? Like, is this worth it? Should I keep going in this direction? Like, what does the future hold? Am I going to be able to achieve what I want to achieve in my life? All of that kind of stuff. If you've ever questioned any of that stuff, then I would like this to be a safe space where you can comment below and just say how you feel, you know? And if there's any takeaways that, you know, if there's anything you can take away from this, it's sometimes it's okay to not be okay. Sometimes it's okay to not be perfect. Sometimes it's okay to come on camera and just look like Felicia, like I'm I have an urge right now, like I should pull these twists back and put a scarf on my head and just, you know, kind of try and make it look more decent or presentable, whatever that means. But I'm not actually going to. This is me for today. And if I'm chilling at my house, this is how I look. Thank you so much for watching. And yeah, I'll see you soon in the next video.